Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fantastic day of SSL Soccer. My name is Xenlos, and I'm joined here today by...
The one, the only, the Val.
And we're here for some Division 2 action, Matchday 11, the end of the season quickly approaching as teams are fighting for those two promotion spots up to Division 1. We have some new games on the docket. What are you most excited for today?
Buenos Aires versus Montreal. Buenos Aires currently sitting 2 points clear of Montreal in the table for that second promotion slot. Montreal can leapfrog them with a win today and did beat them in their first matchup, one of only 2 losses for the Argentine side this season. So that will be a very, very spicy matchup.
Yeah. I'm intrigued to see the Laos Paris match again because if you remember the last time, Paris made up an 8-goal differential difference in one match day there. And, we'll see if they can put out the same kind of performance this time around, because if they can do that again, that's going to put them hilariously out of reach to be touched in goal differential, which will be very big for that promotion race. But our first game today is neither of those. It is Reykjavik versus AC Romana. Reykjavik sitting 6th in the table with 11 points, -1 goal differential. Romana sitting 5th in the table with 12 points and -8 goal differential.
Yeah, it's a pretty simple mid-table clash. Romana obviously have been very solid in their debut season. Obviously, their team very heavy on rookies, but they do have the one veteran in Jeffrey Levert who has been scoring a lot of goals for them. Reykjavik, of course, a team that is still mired in a rebuild. So they're basically kind of where I think Romana will be next season, where it's like the foundation is there. It's just about building on it and improving on it.
Yep, and we are off and running here. Reykjavik in the black and green, giving up the ball really easily there to AC Romana, who is wearing the white. We are off and running. So, I feel like it's been a solid few match days since I've pointed out my love for the Reykjavik kits, that I can call it out again.
Very reminiscent of some kits the Seattle Sounders used to wear around like the mid-2010s. I think they actually ended up wearing this exact format.
Here's a Tissier at the end of the box over to Buenos, going in, looking for a header. Looks like maybe he was looking for Zayed, but couldn't find him. It's going to be cleared out, but recovered by Reykjavik. Pop-Tart goes for Zayed, takes it around the corner of the box to Scarpetta. Forward fires, and that's going to be a goal kick. Ooh. So
getting right back into the play.
Yep. Schweinsteiger taking it up past midfield to the box, fires, and it's going to be tipped over by Lula. That should be a corner.
Want to run there for Schweinsteiger, but finishing edge just wasn't there.
22nd minute now. Oh, we're getting a little bit of camera issue here. There we go. Jeremiah. Manone is just not letting Jeremiah get anywhere. Just right up against him. It's like two people trying to sneak into a bank in a Looney Tunes cartoon with the way they were walking. But
that's a comparison.
We ever see like the old Looney Tunes cartoons where like they just... Maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's more akin to like Scooby-Doo, where they're just sneaking around. They have like their hands up and just ding. But it looked very much sad. Look, let me live my life and be old, okay? All right, Lua going out to Scarpetta to Ladiva. Ladiva going back to Scarpetta to Pop-Tart, forward to Manone, forward to Zayed. Over to O'Rourke. O'Rourke's got a clean run in front of him. Fires right off of Hill's knee. Kind of.
Yeah, it was a good ball to spring O'Rourke, but not the best finish in the end.
Yeah, he kind of just kicked it right at the keeper. So we're crossing midfield again with King over to Schweinsteiger. Goes back to De Silva. And De Silva over to Nunez. Over to Jeremiah. Jeremiah fires. It's going to be cleared out by Letizier over the Lapta. Lapta taking it up the field, trying to get past Stojakovic. Will kind of maybe sort of do so. Goes all the way to the back line. Looks for the cross. Headed. And that's going to be on goal for Lachlan O'Rourke. 1-0 Reykjavik.
Top scorer for the Icelandic team is the Irish player Lachlan O'Rourke. Pretty simple stuff. Ball into the box. And just, go out there and earn your paycheck.
Yep.
Not really a lot that needs to be broken down. Just plain and simple. From the wide position. Fox in the box moment.
Fox in the box?
Yes.
Good.
Listen, I'm an expert on all things Volpine.
You know what? That's fair. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just serious. Pop-Tart headed. That's gonna go over the net for a goal kick. Look, I'm not gonna question. I'm just like, I just never heard it before.
I've heard it plenty. Cough, cough. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Because that's how Sir Alex Ferguson always described him.
Manone going forward to Andrews, to Letizier, to Manone. Levert just came charging. They're going to go back across midfield, and then across midfield again. Andrews going forward, looking for Zayed, but it's going to be headed away by Stojakovic. And then they're going to try to go for a forward pass, but it's going to be intercepted by Ladiver. Try to go for a forward pass on the Reykjavik side, and that's going to be intercepted by Nunez. So people keep trying to go for long passes. Nobody's getting anywhere. But now here's a header that's going to be recovered by King, taken outside the box. Over to Jeremiah, and that's going to be... No, that was Jeffrey Levert who gets the credit for that goal. 1-1 equalizer.
Yeah, that looked like a screamer from Jeremiah, but Levert getting on the deflection. We see they pull apart the defense, get the ball into the middle, and yeah.
Yep, that's just a header. It looked like a screamer, but it was actually a pass.
4D chess. It's a Jedi mind trick.
I mean, it looked like a shot, but that's why I say, what are passes but just shots that don't make it to the goal?
I'm not sure I can argue with that.
I mean, the only other definition for it is that they're a Spanish concept, apparently. But
yeah, you pass 1,000 times against Morocco in the World Cup, and then you still lose.
Jeremiah to Nunez intercepted by Scarpetta. Speaking of passes, that one did not go the way they wanted it to go to. Recovered by O'Rourke, goes back to Lapta. Lapta goes for the cross, and what a shot by Eamon Zayed. That's a goal, 2-1 Reykjavik.
League of Ireland legend Eamon Zayed with the finish for Reykjavik. They get back in front. And it's been very sloppy in the midfield today. But they get the ball in the box. Zayed is left on mark. Very, very good finish to the far post.
Yeah, that was something.
Yeah, this is like how I tell you whenever the Union are playing the Red Bulls, I feel like neither of these teams want the ball. Because that's kind of how sloppy it's been, at least in what we've seen.
Well, Reykjavik at halftime, living up to that ideology of not wanting the ball, only 39% possession, but they have the 2-1 goal lead.
Yeah, that's what matters in the end. It's not how much possession you have, it's what do you do with it. And Reykjavik have been, finishing their opportunities, but I think it's been a pretty even game. It's been a bit sloppy, but, we'll see what happens in the second half, see if we get any fresh legs out for the second half.
Any subs coming in? Will we see any subs?
Yeah, can I get my Italian hoagie at halftime?
Yes, Phil, you can. If you would like, here's George Murphy and Brock Sherwood coming in for Fossa Latado, and I did not see who the other person coming out was. But Good challenge. Moving back. Okay. Here's Letitia with the throw into Monone. Monone goes to Letitia again. Goes back to Lediver, over to Monone again. Going forward to Andrews, back to Monone, forward to O'Rourke, forward to Zayed. Zayed going forward, looking for Lapta. Lapta taking it towards the back line, looking for a good cross opportunity. Finds Zayed. Zayed goes to the edge of the box, fires. That's going to be blocked by Hill. And Smart will do the smart move and get the ball out.
Yeah, I feel like Reykjavik have been very active at the top of the box specifically. They've been trying to get those cutbacks to find an open player there.
Here's Monone going to Letitia, over to Andrews. Back to Pop-Tart, back to Monone. And we're off and running again. Andrews passes it to Letitia. Over to Monone. I don't even think Monone knew the ball was coming to him. Zayed! With the shot over the net.
Feel like Zayed could have taken another touch there, but what do I know? I have one career goal, I'm pretty sure.
And about 7 career penalty shots, caused.
We don't talk about those.
Here's Murphy going back to Jeremiah. That's going to sneak by via Tyson King. What is with these? I don't even see this person touching the ball goals. But
a little bit of
Tyson
chaos. As it's just chaos in the box. Top of the box, yeah. Floated to the back post. Floated to the back post. King heads it home. Very, very entertaining game. Very chaotic.
Yeah. Here's Scarpetta going forward to Zayed. Zayed going forward to Lapta. Lapta taking it up the sideline, looking to go back to that back corner. Looks for the cross, and it's going to be shot, saved by Hill.
Yeah, pretty point-blank save there for Hill.
Challenge in the box. No foul called. They're going to let him go.
Got the ball.
Here's Monone to O'Rourke and just kicks it off of somebody. Zayed doing a little bit of fancy footwork, gets it back to Pop-Tart over to Monone. They're trying to get it forward, trying to get it into the box against Scarpetta over the lot there. It's going to be intercepted by Stojakovic, who's going to get it forward to King, going back to Schweinsteiger. Goes for the cross, fires, saved by Monone.
That was a really lovely counterattack from Romana, basically up until the finish. One incisive pass followed by another incisive pass. Just no finish in the end. That would have been a fantastic team goal.
Yeah. Schweinsteiger at the end of the box. Nunez! That's going to be tipped over. I don't know why I said his name like that, but I did. Nunez. Headed. And that's going to be over the bar. We're going to have another corner kick. Luckily, Nunez barely has to move. Didn't even move after that last corner kick. Looking for the far post, headed away by Zayed.
I believe both these teams have a pair of brothers, the Nunez's versus the Scarpettas.
I know that Reykjavik has the Scarpettas. I do not know that Romana has multiple Nunez.
Yeah, Tyson and Milton.
Oh, it's off the post. Rockwood O'Rourke gets one off the post. That's going to be a goal kick as it's accidentally dribbled out of bounds.
Goalkeeper's best friend coming to the rescue of Romana.
Lapta almost gets to sneak past Hill for that goal, but
no oh-nos today.
No.
Sorry, Apollo.
Jeremiah going forward to Jeffrey Levert. Jeffrey Levert fires, and that's a goal for Jeffrey Levert. In the 74th minute, AC Romana takes a 3-2 lead, their first lead of the game.
Yeah, but a matchup of two pretty young teams. It's the veteran savvy of Jeffrey Levert to put Romana in the lead. It's a direct ball over the top. Keeper comes off the line, and just an absolutely killer touch by Levert to essentially give himself a wide open net, and he's not going to make any mistake there. Top scorer for Romana with his second of the game.
Nunez looking for the corner. Murphy recovers, gets it over to Stojakovic, over to Nunez again. Nunez goes back to Nunez, to Schweinsteiger. I guess there are multiple Nunez here. Schweinsteiger.
See, there are occasionally moments where I am not going crazy. I mean,
what is it? Miro Schweinsteiger? What just happened?
Looked like a near-post header off the corner by Miro Schweinsteiger. We'll get another replay. Tyson Nunez puts this in. Yep. Near post. Headed at the near post. Well-placed header. Just kind of floated in there, and Lua just had no chance.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Nunez, it's another Semenea moment, and it's just... Hill over to Minone to Pop-Tart. Reykjavik's got to try to get one goal at least to get back in this game. They only have a few minutes left to do so. You're not going to be able to get 2 goals at once. We don't have any golden goals here in the SSL. So
yeah, we also don't have that 2-goal golden goal thing. If you've ever seen that video.
Oh, I thought that's what a golden goal was.
A golden goal is just a sudden death winner.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But there was one tournament where a golden goal counted for 2 goals.
That's
so at one point,
Pop-Tart going forward, the Lopta fires, and that's gonna be over the net. I apologize. Continue.
Yeah, there's a video on it if you want to go down that rabbit hole from Secret Base. But Lopta had to do better on that last opportunity. Had a pretty good shot. Here's another corner.
Corner from Andrews, looking for the far post, headed away by Smart. Ladiver keeps it in bounds, gets it over to Minone, going all the way back to Letitia. And they're just going to keep playing near midfield. Come on, we got to move the ball forward. You're running out of time. You can't just sit here at midfield. Here's Lopta, good opportunity. Fires blocked by Nunez. One of the Nunez.
Another case of Lopta getting into a dangerous position. I mean, that time was denied by a desperate last-second block.
Here's Minone for the Scarpetta. Oh, just kind of tripped by Schweinsteiger. And I think that might... No, it's not it. Lopta go for the free kick, heading to Guam, apparently, not the goal. That's going to be full-time. And AC Romana takes a fun 4-2 victory over Reykjavik.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the stats, they were pretty even. I feel like Reykjavik is probably not going to be happy. You know, you look at the XG that they were behind in, or they were ahead in, but they fall 4-2. But credit to Romana, again, they have had a very, very solid expansion season, and it continues here. Very credible road win. This will leapfrog them into, or this will give them some breathing room for 5th in the table, which, again, for a first-year team, that's very impressive.
Yeah. I don't think there's even mathematically, I don't think there's a world where they can still fight for promotion with 3 games to go. No. Because they're, maybe. But it would require 750 things to go right, so. But. Well, there's 3 match games to go, and they're technically 7 points behind Buenos Aires, but Buenos Aires is playing Montreal, and Montreal can just leapfrog them, then they'd be 8 points behind.
Yeah, I don't know how many of those games left are just the front 3, and I guess Seoul just eating each other for breakfast.
Yeah, so, it might be mathematically still in it, but they might be mathematically out of it. We don't know yet.
Math is hard.
Somebody do the research. It's not hard, just misunderstood.
Speak for yourself.
Year and a half away from being a math teacher. Anyway, we're going to go to our second game, which is the aforementioned Buenos Aires versus Montreal. Buenos Aires sitting second in the table, 22 points, plus 16 goal differential. Montreal, third in the table, 20 points, plus 5.
Yeah, this is really the blockbuster match of this round. Two teams neck and neck in that promotion hunt. Montreal can really spice up the promotion hunt with a win, and they've beaten Buenos Aires before this season. A 1-0 win that I believe was in Montreal. So they know what it takes to beat Buenos Aires, but now can they do it in front of a hostile Argentine crowd that's probably been, pulling fire alarms at 3 a.m. in the hotel?
What?
You do not understand. South America is serious business. Like, this is stuff that has actually happened to visiting international teams in South America and Latin America.
Okay. Buenos Aires is going to be wearing the red and yellow. Montreal wearing the black. We are off and running. And that's going to be a throw-in 12 seconds into the game. That might be a new record. But probably isn't, but it might be.
Yeah, never know.
Guevara. Yeah? Calavera. We're going over to Mike Checker, back to Calavera, going forward to Governo, up to Vandersloff. Here's Gorkov. Gorkov, open shot, just tips it in. And that's a goal. It's 1-0 Buenos Aires.
That's the start Buenos Aires wanted to get at home. Get on them early, and now Montreal has to play, 88.5 minutes from behind, and it's Gorkov, great ball in, and then I feel like the keeper could do better. I don't feel like, that's not exactly ideal to get beat on your near post from an angle that fine, but credit to Gorkov, great finish, and, Buenos Aires in a crucial match have the lead.
Yeah, and that I think I could agree that shot was not unsavable as some shots that we see, but we'll see if that sets him back or how badly it sets him back. What is Oakdown doing? Oakdown, my dude.
You're going to put him on a leash and attach him to the goal
post. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal.
You're going to put him on a leash and just attach it to the goal post.
You're darn right I am. So we go over to the other Minone. Here's Peterson. Fires it over into the crowd. Looked like no F.
Yeah, Peterson has space.
We have an injury for Adam Knight. Ooh. That is not an injury that they want to see.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they really have anyone that can just slot in for a left back. Is it going to be Iadeli, which I think would probably be the closest thing to making sense? I mean, in the immortal words of... it's going to be... Tildisfunction.
Tildisfunction.
Yeah,
substitution.
Yeah, in the immortal words of Jamie Carragher, when it comes to a fullback, you're either a failed winger or a failed center back. And Iatelli is a winger.
Oh my God.
Reminder that he said this on a panel in front of Gary Neville, noted former fullback.
Here's Motor going to Funyuns. Funyuns, the official snack of the SSL. # not sponsored. A challenge in the box. No foul call.
Got all ball. But we'll see if that injury leads to a bit more exposure on that left-hand side for Buenos Aires, something that Montreal might be able to exploit.
Edwin Vandersloff, good shot, but saved by Duke. Going to be taken up by Vilk. No, it's going to be taken back. Tally takes the shot, but... Oh, that was unfortunate. That was an unfortunate trying to keep it in bounds and then just doesn't.
Effort can only get you so far.
Here's Guevara. Going back to Brock's Patron over the Tide's function. Tilt's function.
Tide's function. It's called detergent.
Tide's function. It's cleaning.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Converto into take it. Where was that shot going?
Wide. I mean, hell, if it's Tide's function, I mean they're already wearing orange, which is the same color as the detergent, the packaging. Whoa, we're getting weird today in the press box.
Converto tries to pass the Calavera, passes it right to Motor. I say this at least once a cast. He's wearing a different color kit than you. You don't want to give the ball to him.
That's a nice ball.
Sure here's Vilk. Vilk going towards the back, looking for maybe Casual. Finds Wartooth Funyuns with the shot, but Oak down. Stance is up, ready for him.
Yeah, I don't hate the idea of shooting from there, just not enough really on it to challenge the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Here's Vandersloot of Catarina, the Brooks Patron. And nope, we're just gonna nope, lots of passing happening. Good. Alright, we're covered by Buenos Aires. I'm trying to keep up with everything happening. It's all happening so fast. Here's of Catarina going over to Brooks Patron, over to Calavera, going forward to Tally, who's somehow wide open, takes the open shot, goes wide. Goal kick.
I feel like that's part of what Buenos Aires want to do, though. They have been very quick with their movement, and I feel like it's kind of unsettled the Montreal defense.
Gorkov, I'm going to be honest, that was not your best shot. Like you are a good shooter. That was not your best work. Minone going back to Peterson, to Motor, to Fontabens, over to Mathieu. Motor kicks it all the way back to Brian Duke, who's outside the box. Please stay in the box. Challenged by Calavera. Calavera back to Brooks Patron, going over the midfield. Going to Tally, over to Gorkov. Gorkov's got a little bit of room, fires it for about 30 yards out. Nothing.
Yeah, Buenos Aires Buenos Aires has been piling on the pressure, but I don't really feel like they've had one of those grade A chances since their goal. Mm-hmm.
Peterson goes past midfield, goes back to Motor, back to Fantabens. Over to Peterson again, up to Minone. Minone going up the line, goes back to Peterson, trailed by Vandersloot, goes for a cross into the box to Vilk, saved by Oakdown, and that was very close to actually being the goal.
Yeah, not a bad play there for Montreal as they try and grow into this one.
I feel like you could argue for the use of the goal line technology to see if the momentum carried Oakdown into the goal, but I don't think we have goal line technology in D2. But
I feel like we do, but who knows? Maybe we weren't able to afford it because of inflation.
That's going to take us to the half on that comment. Buenos Aires holding a 1-0 lead at the half.
Yeah, but
9 shots to 7.
It's been a pretty tight game. I feel like since that goal, things have been very even. But again, Buenos Aires, sometimes it just comes down to who finishes their chances and who hasn't. Well, so far, Buenos Aires has. Montreal hasn't.
Yeah.
The previous matchup between these two teams, remember, did end 1-0. Only there it was to Montreal, so these two teams do know what it's like to play a low-scoring game against each other, which might just be a sign that they're very evenly matched, and it's just a tactical chess match.
Or it might be a sign that they're just allergic to goals. Have you ever considered that? Okay. I don't think it's true with Buenos Aires is plus 16 goal differential, but you know what? They might be. I was an avid enjoyer of peanut butter before I became allergic to peanuts.
Skill issue, sadly.
Maybe it was recently developed. I know. I know. Trust me, I know. Mike Checker going forward to convert on the Edmund Vandersloot, who's got an open shot in front of him, saved by Duke on the dive. We're going to have ourselves a corner. To be taken by Gorkov. Going into the box, he's going to be headed out. Vilk clears it away over to Casual. Trying to beat Tilde's function. Gets to the back line, goes back to Peterson, to Moder, back to Casual, and that's going to be headed away by Guevara. Recovered by Funyuns. Funyuns just shoved a man.
Funyuns chose violence today.
He's not even getting a card for that?
Hard foul, nothing more.
He didn't even get a card for that. Like, he just shoved him. Oh my god.
Flag up.
What was that shot?
Flags up.
Oh.
The lines are close. But he is about a yard offside.
I'm glad you called that flags up immediately because you didn't even let me get over the initial shock of, oh, that went in before. Here's Casual going forward, fires. Oakdown can't catch it, but gets enough on it that it doesn't go in. Oh, God.
Yeah, Montreal still pushing and pushing and pushing for that equalizer. Just, they haven't had that end product so far today, and with 15 minutes to go, you know, time is moving very quickly, and
yeah.
If I were a fan back in Quebec, I would not be a fan of this.
What? Oh, Tally with a shot block to keep that from
going my God, another injury.
We have another injury. Edwin Vandersloot is injured.
That's a brutal loss for Buenos Aires, too, because he's always one of those players, like, whenever I watch a D2 cast, he is one of those guys that's just so fun to watch, because he can just ball out on his day. He is especially one of the most unplayable players in this division.
Especially when you figure that they have a backup right attacking midfielder. The problem is that he's currently playing left wing back.
Listen, this is improv. This is jazz music.
Here's Gorkov. Gorkov looking near post. It's going to be headed away, recovered by Calavera. I think Buenos Aires just looking to maybe waste a little bit of time to see if the clock will go out, and there it is. The whistle is blown. Buenos Aires takes a 1-0 victory over Montreal.
Yeah,
very big wins for them.
Yeah, Montreal's going to be kicking themselves over a lot of these missed chances, but you know, again, it sometimes comes down to just who's more clinical. Buenos Aires got that goal in the second minute. They got that giant punch to the draw. And then they were just able to just, you know, duck any punches that Montreal was able to send. And this is huge in the promotion hunt for Buenos Aires.
Unfortunately, that loss, we were talking about mathematically before, it is now mathematically impossible for Romana to promote out, which means that we're at the point where there are only 4 teams left in that hunt for promotion. With 3.5 match days to go.
Yeah, Buenos Aires
is now 5 points clear.
Yeah, this was a game I feel like Montreal, like, if they won, they would have basically control of their own destiny, and they just could not get it done. And it's just, you know, it'll be frustrating for that team in that locker room, because I feel like this was a game where they could have gotten something out of it, and to go home with nothing in such a critical game has to be a very, very bitter pill to swallow. And now, like, you also have to look at the table. Like, now, you know, Seoul plays later today. They're only 3 points back and have the goal difference edge.
Right. So, but that game is not our next game on the docket. Our next game on the docket is Red Star Laos versus AS Paris. Paris currently first in the table, 23 points, plus 19 goal differential. Laos, eighth in the table, 2 points, negative 33 goal differential. Needless to say, been a rough season for Laos. Let's see if they can. It's a big challenge to come back against a team as good as Paris, but maybe this is the game.
Yeah, especially when the two teams faced off in France. Laos came home with a pretty thorough 8-0 skunking of an L. And they're going to be hungry for some retribution today in Vientiane.
Brisky going forward, looking for Papadopoulos. Over to Alistair. Alistair fires. It's going to be tipped by Selly just to get it out of bounds. Brisky on the corner. Brisky headed away by Valdrip out of bounds.
Yeah. You think Paris wasting any time?
I do not believe they are. Here's Papadopoulos going into the box, taking it to the back. After he leaves the box, over to Alistair, to Oak. Oak goes forward. Fired by Isabella Cortez, and that's a goal.
Flags out.
Paris. Never mind. 0-0. Nobody.
The lines are close.
The lines are close. Look, I told TVC that one day she needs to let me do color commentary. And it just it needs to happen. Because, you will get the greatest terrible analysis out of me ever. What is this formation? It's an 11 or it's like a 6-3-2. That doesn't exist. I don't care.
I mean, you just decide to get rid of the keeper and play him as a libero instead.
Perfect. Love it. It's a great plan. Brisky to the back line, looking for Papadopoulos, who's going to be blocked by Barry. They go back to Sparkle. Sparkle taking up the line, looking for Alistair in the box. Goes for the cross, and he's offside. Sally going out to Megamind. Barry clears it out, but it's going to be recovered by Sparkle. Goes forward to Alistair, back to Horvath, and it's intercepted by Tillo. Over to Barry again. Forward to Laudrup, forward to Ace Vado. Looking for Chicken, but couldn't quite find him. That's going to be taken back by Paris. Going back the other side to Papadopoulos, to Brisky, to Cortez. Brisky going to that back line. Almost tripped by Johnson, but keeps possession, and they go for a whole bunch of things. Something went off the post, and now it's out of bounds.
Yeah, I think Papadopoulos got the cross, and he takes the shot, and it goes off the bar. Another really good chance from Paris. It almost feels like not when but when they will score, because they've looked dangerous.
Well, they gotta, you gotta score before the 90-minute mark, ideally. Here's free kick, and that's going to be a shot from Laos, but it's not quite on target. But you did make Barfoot have to move a little bit. There are a lot of people in that goal. That is my takeaway from that corner. There are a lot of people standing in that goal.
Yeah, now a bunch of them have to get back.
All right, so here's Payet. Over to Tio, over the free kick. Not going to have anything doing there. What, Val? You have something to say?
Maybe I do.
Okay.
Well, sloppy.
Intercepted. Yeah, that was a little bit of a sloppy pass over to Alistair. At the edge of the box, back to Oak, going forward to Brisky. Look, popped up this time. Gets in front of it in time. That's a trip by Cortez. That's going to be a free kick. That was a big trip. All right.
That was a very weird challenge.
Oh, I didn't see how the ball even started. Oh, and I just popped it down for this. I think Sally even got a hand on it, but it's not enough.
Yep, that is the power of playing direct for AS Paris, as it basically takes one ball. One ball right there. Papadopoulos is in. Sally stretches, can't get to it. Simple finish. And I believe the top scorer in D2 is Papadopoulos.
Leonidas giving his best "this is Sparta" kick to put that ball into the goal. I'm just going to let that one sit, don't you worry. Oh, going back to ball.
Oh, fires my word.
Whoa. Heather Ball, what a goal from outside the box. I thought that went over the net for a second.
No, it didn't go over the net. It went absolute top bins. I mean, Oak finds a bowl from... wow. That's just perfectly placed. Selly, I mean, you can dive all you want. You are not saving that. Lev Yashin in his prime is not saving that. Manuel Neuer, Iker Casillas, any great legendary goalkeeper, none of them are saving that. That is just... Mwah, chef's kiss.
Here's checking over the header, but it's intercepted by Brisky. Here's Leonidas Papadopoulos. It's going to be blocked by Mega Mine. Recovered by Cortez, and he went for a cross, but got kicked out of bounds. Newport with the recovery over here to Brisky. Going across over to Cortez. It's going to be headed away by Time. Cortez going all the way back to try to recover it. Gets it forward to Horvath over to Brisky. They're going to try to set back up into the box. Cortez just kicks it off on the side of Time, and that's corner kick. My favorite strategy, I want a corner kick. I'm going to just kick it off of somebody as hard as I can. And then when it ricochets out of bounds, just throw my hands up and point at the other team. And that's offside. Brisky.
Listen, playing for corners is a very viable strategy.
Yeah. Oh, Papadopoulos. That goes wide. Free kick picks up the pass from Mind and has his pocket picked by Alistair, who's looking at Papadopoulos, but it's intercepted by Berry over to Tio. Gets it to Azevedo, over to Johnson, looking for Payet, gets it to Logic Chicken. Good ball, but Newport gets just in front of it to stop from going in. Newport again.
I see a back heel in that build-up from Lau. Nice touch of skill there.
A true display of skill. There's been a goal at Kanga Hugh Jackson. I'm sorry, I can't get over that stadium. Though. It's right there at the Boris Johnson party dome. Anyway, that's going to take us to the half. It is 2-0 Paris at the half. So
yeah, business as usual for AS Paris so far in this one. You had the goal called back for offside, but you've created the bulk of the chances. You finished them. You had that absolute wonder goal from Bull. Just, I mean, that's a goal of the season candidate if I've ever seen one. But yeah, it's first versus eighth, and first is putting in a pretty professional performance.
I mean, you said it's pretty run-of-the-mill performance. I mean, the goal was called back. That is run-of-the-mill for SSL, it seems, on my casts anyway. But,
yeah, I mean,
we talked about doing a top commentary moments article at the end of the season. I just want to make a montage of all the goal calls that I've done that have been called back.
I mean, it might be longer than this cast.
Shut up. So see if any subs are coming in for either team. Let's see.
I'm still waiting on that Italian hoagie. Provolone cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickles, mayonnaise. If anyone wants to know about my eating habits, that's my Wawa order.
Oh, and we joined back in the game in the 69th minute. It's now 3-0 Paris.
Yeah, we had some technical difficulties. The third goal scored by Papadopoulos.
Yep, that makes sense. We did have a little bit of technical difficulties. We apologize for that. Brisky back to... You know what the biggest shame of this is?
What?
Is that we'll never know if there were any substitutions. We will never know. Here's Alistair. Over towards the box to Oak. Alistair takes it back inside the box. Over to Horvat to Bull. Bull goes back to Zanetti. Oh, I guess it wasn't. Was Zanetti on the field in the first half?
Don't think so. I think Zanetti came on for Sparkle at left back.
Oh. So here's Barfoot with the... That's a free kick. Is that a free kick or a goal kick?
Free kick, because goal kicks are always within the box.
I know you can designate your keeper as a free kick taker. That's interesting. Here's Leonidas Papadopoulos with the one-time shot. That's going to be a hat trick for Papadopoulos.
Yep, it's pretty simple. Just feed the beast, and it's the second hat trick against Laos this season. Cortez gets into the box, and Papadopoulos just sneaks by the defender Strawberry, and that is a simple finish. Tap in. 4-0 Paris. And yeah, you can designate goalkeepers as free kick takers. Shout out Rogerio Ceni, who scored like 100 career goals for Sao Paulo that way.
Really? Payet, by the way, took a nice shot, but it was saved by Barfoot. Thrown back out, giving Newport to Bull to Brisky. Now back to Cortez, forward to Bull, forward to Horvat. Horvat goes back to Brisky, who goes forward to Cortez. Cortez trying to outpace time, does, keeps it in bounds, goes forward to Papadopoulos, and it's going to be saved by Chelly.
Yeah, again, they're trying to feed the beast in the middle, but not enough on that header to really trouble the goalkeeper.
Oh, boy. Here's Brisky on the throw-in to Bull. To Brisky again, over to Horvat, back to Brisky, over to Washburn. Going to Alistair, it's going to be saved by Selly. There was another one that looked like they could... The momentum could have brought Selly past the goal line, but all good here. So here we are in stoppage time. Only 2 minutes of stoppage time allowed. Free kick over to Azevedo. Goes to the cross. It's going to be headed in by Furious Chicken. And that one will stand. 4-1.
And hey, it's a consolation goal for Red Star Laos. You know, it's been a trying season for them so far, but nice ball in, good header. You know, it's something to end the game on a positive note. You know, this was always going to be a tough matchup for them, but they've improved by a 5-goal swing from the last time they played AS Paris, so we call that progress.
And that's going to do it. The final whistle has blown. It is a 4-1 victory for AS Paris. So, Papadopoulos, man of the match, 3 goals for the hat-trick, 9.8 match rating.
Yeah.
17 shots to 10. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, from Paris, just a pretty professional performance. They didn't underestimate their opposition. They came in, they did what they needed to do, and they will remain top of the table. And I believe their magic number to clinch promotion is 1? No, because Seoul still have to play. Wait, no.
No,
I'm trying to do
their worst case scenario. Their worst case scenario is they end the division, or they end this. Excuse me, the match day. 6 points up on promotion. So they would need to pick up 2 points. Somewhere. 3 points? 2 points? 3 points? You also have to consider that even if Montreal or Seoul were to catch them, Paris has a humongous goal differential.
Yep.
So they have a plus 22 compared to Seoul's plus 10 and Montreal's plus 4.
Yep, that's why every goal matters. Like, even in the biggest blowout, those goals can come in handy towards the end of the season, and we're seeing that right now. Paris and Buenos Aires, and even Seoul having these huge goal difference, swings over Montreal will keep them, will come in handy when it comes to sorting out the final table as we get into our final match. Speaking of Seoul.
Yeah, speaking of Seoul, we're coming up to our final match of Seoul versus Accra. Seoul sitting fourth on the table, 17 points, plus 10 goal differential, as I said earlier. Accra sitting seventh in the table with 6 points and a -8 goal differential. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, it's been a pretty trying season for Accra, a team that was relegated from the top flight, lost a couple of key players. I believe also lost their GM. So it's about trying to sort of stabilize. And the last time they played Seoul, they put up a very good fight. They fell, I believe, by a score of just 1-0 in the first meeting in this regular season. But this Seoul team, I feel like, has found some confidence, found its groove. They've been a lot more prolific offensively. That was an area where they've been struggling. But we'll see if they can take care of business and potentially hop into third place.
I want to point out, because we've been talking about promotion and talking about Montreal and Seoul. Montreal and Seoul do play each other on Matchday 13. So they do have a game against each other left.
Extra spicy.
So we have then Matchday 14, Montreal plays Accra, Seoul plays Laos. Matchday 12, Montreal plays Reykjavik, and Seoul plays Romana. So neither team has to play Buenos Aires or Paris left on the schedule.
Which is kind of a curse, considering you do not control your own destiny. You're basically relying on other results if you want to go up. But still, I think for those two teams, like just third and fourth, I think, that's a decent step up from where they were last season.
Yeah, Matchday 13 is going to be spicy. We have Seoul, Montreal, and we also have Paris versus Buenos Aires.
Oh, get your your popcorn out for that one. But until then, get your popcorn out for this one.
Yeah, Seoul, Accra, Seoul in the green, Aqua in the white and yellow. A coach are trying to get off to a quick start, but it's going to be kicked out of bounds. We have a corner kick from Human. It's going to be headed saved by Barak. What a dive!
Yep, just stayed with that. Just stayed with that header, able to smother it.
Alrighty, here's Holmberg. With a throw into Ryan to Mueller. Mueller, header off the post. Somehow. Did that go off the rock? Anyway, Ryan over to Holmberg.
You can feel his brain short-circuiting.
I have a confused. It's fine. JJ Akocha going to the back line. Goes back to Ryan. Ryan goes for the cross header. That's off. Nope.
That's over.
Okay, it's over by Adewisi.
Yeah, I think Laroc had it covered anyway, but Seoul are putting him under siege in the first 20 minutes. Siege plays for Sao Paulo, but you get what I mean.
What? What's it save? What is happening?
Football.
Okay. So we've reached the 30-minute mark. You can see that Seoul has been the aggressor. 11 shots to 1 already so far. And that's off the post. Oh my goodness.
They're knocking on the door, but they just have not been able to get it over the line. It's like a Ferrari. It's like a Ferrari title challenge.
That's going to be blocked. I don't even watch racing, and I get that because I talk to my friend.
I make the jokes to hide the pain.
So now we've crossed the 40-minute mark. Here's Muir to take the free kick.
Over everyone.
Deep to Paul. Paul got past everybody, but then he's caught up a chip shot almost. And the Laroc will just be like, okay, great, thank you. Aloisi on the free kick, headed by Cole Mertz. And that's going to go in. Seoul goes up 1-0 right before the half.
Yeah, and you could feel that goal was coming. I mean, this is for basically the halfway line by Aloisi. Mertz just out jumps his defender and gets that to the far post. No chance for Luke Laroc, who had been fantastic in this first half. But Seoul very deservedly in front right before the half.
Yeah. And so it's a 1-0 lead for Seoul, which is great. The thing that I'm actually concerned about right now for Seoul is that you have 15 shots, which ordinarily sounds great. 4 on target.
Yeah, sometimes the direction finder is a little bit off. But, you know, they've had I think they had a chance or two that hit the bar. They had a couple that went high. You know, they've been creating dangerous looks. It's just they haven't been able to, aside from that one goal, which was a set piece, which, you know, set pieces are their own can of worms. You know, from the run of play, they've just missed that cutting edge. But, you know, sometimes you just need that goal from a set piece.
Yeah.
Something you hear a lot in the narrative of cup finals. Just own the game on set pieces and you own the game. Because in a cup final, no one wants to make a mistake, so everyone's playing cautiously.
All right, here's Freddie out to Llewellyn.
Llewellyn.
It's
Welsh.
Over to Selic. Oh, Constantine Selic sneaks one past, and we are equal here.
Well, things getting spicy. Feel like Seoul paying for some of those missed opportunities there. Great ball by Druid. Selic just takes a couple of touches, just zigs and zags, and finishes, beating Neuer to that near post. And all of a sudden, Accra, they struggled in that first half, but they have a point as things stand.
That was a very unfortunate missed challenge by poor Tenderloin as well, but went for it while behind and just didn't get a good enough slide, which gave Selic the room that they needed to get that extra touch to score the goal.
Yeah, Constantine Selic has been prolific in this division in the past. Been a bit of a struggling season with a very different team.
Ooh, JJ Okocha trying to get another goal on the board. We're already in the 78th minute. Seoul running out of time. They need 3 points from this game. They need it. If they don't get 3 points from this game, they will be down 8 points from promotion with 3 match days to play, and that's going to be not impossible, but close. So
yeah, I mean, it's better to be a long shot than no shot.
See Llewellyn over the cat to Zerhoni. Going forward to Dion.
It's sloppy.
But then give it back to Selic. And then we get forward to Barbatov, who's going to go back to Zerhoni. Forward to Barbatov again. Over the Whittington. It's going to be kicked off of speed to Dion. Going forward, looking for Selic. Being sent away by Mertz. Recovered by Man.
Bit sloppy in the back there from Seoul.
Then we have a deep ball. Here's Dion to Scherkinger. Forward to Dion again. Forward to Shirk again. Dion, Shirk again. Somebody do something about this. Thank you. We have to pass it somewhere else. Uwellian going deep forward. But Mueller will come up with it before Savage can get to it. And he was looking for Aloisi, but overshot a little bit, but it's recovered by...
Oh, what a ball.
Anyway, for the ball, Paul fires, and that's going to be a goal kick over the net.
I mean, if that doesn't sum up Seoul's shooting woes today, they've created chances. It's just they're struggling to hit the target.
Yes. Oh goodness! With the season on the line, you can't do that. You gotta get more than one of these chances in.
Oh my word!
Oh, and that's Tamana Whittington. What a shot! That was nasty. Oh.
And that might be the winner for Accra. A moment of just inspiration. Paul just helps 1 second too late, and it gives just enough time to curl that beautifully. Pick that ball out of the back of the net, Neuer.
Oh, goodness. Here's Mertz to Holmberg. Back to Mertz, going forward to Paul. You got to show some initiative here because you're trying to get at least 1 point now. That's going to be kicked out, and it's all over. That's it. Accra takes a 2-1 win over Seoul.
Wow. This is, again, sometimes it's just about who's more clinical because Seoul created more. Seoul created more volume. They had more shots. The possession was pretty even. But they did not. They let so many chances go to waste. The coaching staff is probably tearing their hair out right now at this one.
Yeah.
But Accra, I mean, it's been a trying season for them. This is a fantastic win for them. On the road, too. Yeah. Puts them just 2 points back of 6th place Reykjavik. So, chance to climb up the table, potentially. But it's got to feel good for Accra. You know, sometimes when you're having a struggling season like this, all you need is that one win to sort of build that confidence that you can win again. And especially to try and take that momentum into next season. But, I mean, Seoul, I mean... Listen, I've been there as a manager, watching, my team create a bunch of chances and then, beat by that one moment. But, yeah, that's what it came down to.
One thing I've asked in a previous game to TVC, that you look at the XG, right? Mm-hmm. Accra had an XG of 0.46 and scored 2 goals. And Seoul had only 4 fouls on the day. They committed only 4 fouls. Accra had no corners. Could it just be that they just weren't aggressive enough on defense, or?
I mean, sometimes you just need to take the other team out of the rhythm.
Yeah, because I understand you don't want to accrue cards and give free set pieces, but I think playing too passive is a thing. But
to take a look, the table remains in terms of order basically where we started, but the gaps are different.
Yeah, that is a very, very big gap now for Seoul. They're 8 points out now. I don't know how I miscalculated that earlier. Saying that they would be...
Math is not hard, it's just misunderstood.
No, I looked at the wrong team. It wasn't math. It was me looking at the point difference between Seoul and Paris, not Seoul and Buenos Aires. Because you will notice that Seoul is 9 points behind Paris. Anyway... I'm never wrong, just sometimes stupid. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today's cast for us. As always, if you stuck it out for all 4 games, it was greatly appreciated, and I hope that you had as good of a time as we did. I'm very excited for these last 3 match days, see how they'll shake out. And I hope that you'll be there with us along the way. Until then, I've been Xenlos.
And I've been Val.
And I hope you all have a fantastic night.